Good evening. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the Wednesday stream. You know, I am starting to realize that I do sound different between Sunday afternoons and weekday nights, Wednesday nights. I think I'm just tired. I think it's a lot of it. But welcome in. Hopefully everyone's doing well. We will be back. Single player mode. I've done a little bit of work, not a lot, but a little bit of work here in the Nether. So we're just gonna be continuing where we left off, where I left off, anyways. Because I don't think I just did this portion over here basically since the last stream. It's only been 3 days, so I just did this portion here. So we're gonna, I think, work on this particular area right here. All the way, if I can go over here. Let's do this. We'll start here. Make our way that way. This whole section here is gonna have to go at some point, but that doesn't have to go today. Hello, Magma Cube. It's thankfully been pretty straightforward what I have done. So easy peasy. Let's grab some other stuff. So yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well. I'm having a good day. I think I'm having a good day. We are preparing for a snowstorm this weekend, so that part's always very well, I was gonna say it's very exciting. It's sometimes exciting. I think as I've gotten older, I haven't liked snow as much. And when you're a kid, it's really fun because you don't have as many responsibilities, and so it's a lot easier to be happy, I guess, about snow because you get to take a break from your responsibilities. But when you're an adult, it's, well, your responsibilities still go on. So I'd rather my responsibilities go on without snow than with snow. But it's looking like we're gonna get about, well, I guess we don't know yet exactly what it's gonna be. I mean, there's guesses, there's weather forecasts, but we're not gonna know. We're not gonna have a better idea until closer to time. And even then, snow forecasts have been wrong before. What they're looking at right now is kind of a once in a decade storm, though, which means probably 1.5 to 2 feet, which is a lot for Maryland. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'd very much prefer to just not have the snow, but you can't really change that unless you move to a place where it doesn't really snow. So then the whole climate changes, and I mean, I really like the summers here. The winters are a bit cold, and the biggest thing about this weekend is that it's going to be really cold when it's snowing, which is kind of the reason why this snow is a bigger deal. Probably why there's going to be more snow accumulation. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully all you out there are doing well, though. Staying warm if you live in a cold area like I do. It's not usually that cold here. I mean, the winters get a little cold, but we don't normally see anything below like 0 degrees Fahrenheit. So even lows, it's very rare that you get like a low of 1 or 2 degrees, so. But we will be hitting the heart of the winter, so we'll see. So we'll work on this for a little bit today. I'll fly by our Wither Skeleton farm again. Oh, there was something else I was going to stream today, but I kind of forgot about it till last minute. And didn't really think doing it last minute would make sense. So I'm streaming this today, but you might see some other stuff. I do at some point want to do some creative streams, I think. Just building stuff for this world as well. Planning some things out, but that'll be a future thing. It's really easy just to get on here and just start pecking away at all the mining that we have to do here, which is why I always default to doing this. So go. Very tall area here that we have to dig out, unfortunately. So it's taking a little while to get through it. Get rid of that, thank you. It's a nice little hole in the landscaping there. There we go. Oh, out of space. Do this, and I think it's down here. Magma cubes, magma blocks, the basalt in there. Then I've got my other storage system, just a little storage area with some double chests over here, so not bad. I just need a place to put all this basalt, to be honest. I can't carry it all to the overworld anymore. I'll chew through too many shulker boxes, so. Ooh, I'm gonna go here. A lot of magma keeps spawning over there. Might have to make the, I'll grab this. Might have to make a wall over there. We'll see. Hey, Breezy. Hopefully you're doing well today. Get rid of this. Can we not magma cubes? There we go. This guy, I think, fell into the lava or something. Anyways. Get through here. There we go. Cover this in slabs. I think we have enough slabs to cover all this. Oop. Oh, let's not do that. I guess I could have technically not replaced the block there, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's just do that. Okay. So what's the next location? Over here. We'll do this section over here, I think. I think there's a right-hand side, maybe. Make the most sense. Yeah, right here. Starting here, probably. Let's not fall off, thank you. Or be hit off, I guess. Come on, jump up, jump up, jump up, jump up. Come on. Okay, I guess not. It's gonna be right here. Okay. Oh. I see ya. There we go. Do I have my... Yeah, my hostile mob sounds down. Also from the Enderman farm last time? Last stream, the stream before that? One of the two? Okay, we should be good now. I hear you, Enderman. Don't think I don't hear you. Go. Alright. Cut all the way over to here. Looks about right. Yeah, I think there's an Enderman over here. It's now escaped. Rid of you, thank you. Yeah, straight across here, okay. There we go. That one's gonna come over here in a minute. Instead of that, I do want to maybe do this. I think we're almost at... Oh no, we already are. We already have enough skulls. That's right. It's the chicken eggs that we need more of. That's right. Just trying to remember. There we go. Whoop! There we go. That guy fell. Alright. It's pretty nice being able to fly around here now and have all the beacon beams that I see. I don't have to move beacons around really anymore. At least not as much because we've fought a few withers now. So I don't even really think about it now, which is nice. Only reason I did is because the middle area there doesn't have a haste beacon because we don't have any use for it in the middle. We're digging around the edges here. Mining around the edges, I guess. I say digging, we're not really digging per se. We're just mining. Clearing out area more than anything. This area out. Okay, let's put this stuff away. Definitely have enough rocket power to get up here, that's for sure. Okay, there we go. Just to make the magma cube a little mad. Don't know where that magma cube's spawning, but do that. There we go. I like the fun part about some of the music that I have on the stream is it's a bit of a nostalgia trip. Because this isn't music that I normally listen to in my own time. At least the particular songs, because they're, well, they're old. They're a decade old now, over a decade, a lot of them. But a lot of the music I listen to is typically copyrighted, or if it's not copyrighted, it's not necessarily the vibe of this stream. So that's why I stick with what I currently have. So I like being able to just kind of put on this playlist, and I don't do as much listening to music and playing the game anymore. I do a lot more like watching stuff and playing the game now, which I think is pretty typical for most people. I did a lot of that before, but I feel like I also used to do a little bit of, well, way back now. I used to do some work on some things and listen to some music in the background. That's how I started off, I think, playing the game. Had a little laptop that I was playing on, and I'd put some music on. Roam around in the nether. It's always a fun experience. Go. Oh, what are you here for? Right, that bit's done. Ow. All right. I think this will go here. Trying to separate our netherrack and our basalt this time around. I've been, well, not doing that. Previously anyways. But it's helpful to have it sorted when I can. When we eventually take those shulker boxes back to the overworld, it'll be nice to have them in separate shulker boxes. So. Alright. Okay, let me actually... Is there another... Get some more slabs. There we go. That's better. Okay. I'll make sure I had enough slabs on me once we finish this section. Wasn't sure if 20 something would be enough. It might be. Suppose we'll see. Let's do this. Thank you. Okay. Actually, probably not, huh? Yeah, that would not have been enough slabs. Okay, there we go. Yeah, not at all. Wouldn't have at all been close enough. All right. Just do this, I think. I'll get rid of all this. Slabs there. Clear out this area. Take care of some of the easy stuff. That actually was pretty easy, thankfully. I'm gonna run out of slabs. Thought I got enough, but I guess because we went further into the area here that's already pretty flat. Wasn't expecting to use the slabs for this, but there we go. Okay. Is that 8? Ah, we're 1 short. Let's do that just to highlight it. I think I'm gonna do that and that just so I don't have to deal with it. We're not. I mean, we are underneath something, but we're not really underneath of something. We can at least slab a lot of this. Somewhat. Okay. Let's do that. Oh, we're out of the beacon range here. So we need another beacon over here. Okay. Eventually. Ooh. Not mean to do that. Alright, we're okay. Every stream, there's got to be one scare. Every stream. I gotta do something. At least that time it was just flying into lava. Why do I have slabs on me? I'll make some more though. Didn't realize I actually had slabs on me. Let's put the... No, let's not put the gravel in there. Let's put the gravel in here, maybe? I'm gonna put the basalt in our storage. We have this storage in the nether. Just because... I mentioned earlier about not wanting to use up shulker box. We have so much basalt. We don't need this much. I could just throw it away, to be honest. But I don't like wasting what feels like wasting anyways. It's probably not really wasting, huh? Yeah, I mean it's gotta be once every stream, Breezy. I gotta do something that is facepalm worthy, you know? Otherwise it's not an adequate nether adventure. Nether mining, whatever you want to call it. Do that. Can I reach that? Can I reach it? Can I reach it? I can. There we go. Okay, so right around here is where the mining stops. Okay. The haste 2 beacon stuff stops. Right around there. Okay. So we can still do this section right here. I think that magma cube fell. There we go. How far out do we need to go? I want to go underneath of this. How far out this way? Let's go maybe here. This looks like a good stopping place. Yeah, okay. And you run back inside here, get haste 2. Yeah, this would be a good place. So we can always just run back and forth essentially to get... Well, naturally, as we go through this, we'll be running back and forth to get haste 2. So, it'll last for what, 16 seconds-ish? I was thinking about the fact that I don't think the beacon stuff in this game has really changed much since beacons were introduced. There's data packs for certain things and making ranges longer, whatever, but I don't think beacons themselves have changed, which I was thinking about with the fact that I did update this world to 1.21.11 is kind of a nice thing, and I guess the other thing that will be probably nicer with the way that it sounds like Mojang is going to be doing updates is smaller updates but more frequent. Which means to catch up on what is in an update, it's going to take a lot less time, which I think is nice. But you get more of it, you know? I was thinking about that from like as I was updating, I was trying to figure out what the new stuff is in a particular update. And at least for 1.21.11, which was a fairly small update, it wasn't hard to figure it out, you know. It wasn't a very long list, so that was good. As someone who's not really, I'd say, on top of all of the updates, it is nice to have kind of smaller bite-sized pieces. And if they are really moving to kind of like a once a quarter release thing, then it'll be on a regular schedule as well, I guess. Be easier to know how many updates you've missed. There's only so much you can get done in a quarter anyways. Though I expect, you know, in a software development world, it's not like you end one quarter and at the start of another you do something completely different. More than likely there's people working on features behind the scenes that aren't going to be for the next update, but it might be for 2 or 3 updates from now. So that's what I suspect will happen with a lot of these, or probably already happens with a lot of the updates. Probably less so for updates, you know, once upon a time updates took like 1.5 years to get out. Because they put a ton of content into it, had to be bigger, new updates had to be bigger and better than the last one, so. Okay. Oh. Easy peasy. The magma cubes more recently have been more manageable, which is good. I mean, the smaller bite-sized pieces of territory that I've been terraforming, whatever, that I've been digging out, mining out, have made it easier. But I think just in general, it's been a little easier. I don't know if I'm just because I'm at the edge, I'm loading in so many other chunks to the, well, I guess the left of me outside of the perimeter, or what it is, but. Because I would think that the spawning rate would increase. You know, part of it might also be I'm getting close to the... probably there's a lot more Enderman because I'm filling up the mob cap because I'm over here at the Warped Forest. That could definitely be part of it. Alright. Almost full up. Some of these slabs are in my inventory I can probably put away too, and they'll make me have fewer trips. There we go. Yeah, thank you. There we go. Right mouse button doesn't always work. We got there eventually. The slabs in here. I'm gonna put the extra ender pearls away as well if I can. Take up an inventory slot I could use for something else. phone is saying it's gonna be 48 degrees tomorrow. No way. It will be a high of 48 tomorrow. They're now calling for 100% chance of snow on Sunday. This is gonna be fun. I'm so excited. You can hear the excitement in my voice. There's parts of it that'll be good. We are projected to get, if I add up between Saturday, Sunday, and a little bit Monday, we should be getting anywhere between 1.5 feet and 2 feet of snow. Which is what I was telling Emma earlier. I think we're gonna get 1.5 feet of snow. Yeah, there's a cold front meeting up with a weather front coming through, and it's gonna be bad. Going all the way through the south, southeast, and up through the mid-Atlantic. I don't really know if it's reaching the northeast really or not, but there's been varying reports of snow, anywhere between I saw 1 foot at one point up to like 2.5 feet of snow for us. And it's still kind of early. I mean, it's Wednesday now, so the snow should be starting on Friday evening. So we should be at a pretty good place, I guess, for people to know for sure that there is snow coming. I suspect schools will be closed here probably for the first 2 days of next week. Then after that, we'll see. Of course, I'm still working, but it's likely not going to change my work schedule, other than if I have to shovel snow on Monday, which is unlikely because I'll probably be spending a lot of Sunday shoveling. So some talks we might be getting some snow again, but I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, it's very possible. I mean, from what I was researching about this snowstorm, it's kind of a once in a decade kind of storm. Very powerful storm. So today is 1 year since we got snow. I do miss feeling like snow was like a good thing. Instead of being like, oh, now I gotta shovel it. Before it was like, you know, when I was a kid, I was like, yay, I get a day off from school. Who cares if I have to shovel for part of it? Snow days were always like hot chocolate, video games, some sledding outside kind of days. But now with like remote work, especially for what I do, being a software engineer, our policy at work is if it snows, even if our office is closed, if you can work remotely, you're still expected to work remotely. Now, it's always a case-by-case basis, right? Like there's some people who can't work remotely and for various reasons, and if they can't, then obviously that's a conversation between the person and their manager. And it's always a case-by-case basis, like what happens if your power goes out, what happens if your internet goes out, and then you can't get into the office, and yada yada yada. Like there's different circumstances, but it's both one of the pros and one of the cons of working from home. Is that you can there's any hour of the day you can do work now. At least for what I do. Pro is I can roll out of bed and start work. Con is when it snows I can still work. So if they can't work from home and have to stay home, do they get paid? Yeah, they would still get paid. Generally. Now, if you can work from home and you choose not to work from home, then you have to take time off. But well, when it's kind of like, if you can't work from home, like for what I do software engineering for like devices, and so like we make hardware. So like for instance, a technician for something is not going to be able to work from home. Generally, like their work is in person, so that's the case where it's like, all right, yeah, they should still at least get paid. I mean, we still get paid if we have like IT issues. We have a specific charge code that's like, your computer no work, charge this thing. Now you just have to start, you know, as part of that process, trying to get it fixed. But we also have, I need to go back up here. We have fully remote workers as well. So like if you're fully remote and your power goes out or your internet goes out, generally you still get paid for that, because it's part of your agreement that you get to work from home. If you start having too many internet issues, right, that becomes a different conversation. But if it's like one day your internet just goes out and you can't get it back or something, then you'll generally still get paid for that. The company I work for is pretty reasonable with all of that. So because generally the expectation is that all this is done in good faith as well, right? Like you're not trying to scam the company. You can't work, you can't work. What we typically have is the opposite problem, which isn't like people not being able to work or not working. We typically have the problem of people working too much. So yeah, the one Emma and I both work for, yeah. Since we work at the same company, correct. The good thing about working where I work, and if you are someone who, because we have people who love to work, like they will work 50, 60 hour weeks every week. Like they just, for one reason or another, they want to. I've never known of someone to be told like you need to work extra. So I would say my experience has been, if you're gonna work extra, it's because you want to, not because someone's saying you need to. Or you're not gonna get any kind of side eye for not working the extra. But we get paid for overtime, even though I'm technically salaried. I essentially function as an hourly worker. So I still have to record all of my time, but I'm able to get paid overtime, which is pretty nice, to be honest. So if I do work extra, the people who do work extra, for the most part, like unless they're truly doing it because they really want to, if they're working on something that's authorized to be, because only certain things are authorized to be worked extra. You work overtime, you get paid for overtime, which is nice. Emma's probably gonna be working some overtime this pay period. She'll get paid for it, so. And lots of people where I work take advantage of it. There's obviously the trade-off of if you were gonna go do something else and now you're working overtime, there's trade-offs in life about that, but it does give people the option. And I've never been in a situation, at least not yet, where the amount of work I have exceeds, you know, a regular working week. We do things bi-weekly, so it's usually, we get measured on, you know, have we done at least 80 hours in 2 weeks rather than 40 hours a week. So we have to fill out timesheets and all that stuff. So, but there's not really like a when I worked retail and then when I was an intern in college at a place, there was, when I was an intern, it was very interesting at a different company. We actually had a clock in, clock out like software. The interns that we get don't clock in or clock out. They just, as far as I'm aware, they just put their time on their timesheet the way that the rest of us do it. But where I had interned at when I was in college, you literally had to click a button that was basically clock in on your computer whenever you got on, and then do your work, and then when you were about to leave, clock out. Technically, you're supposed to clock in and out for lunch as well, which I did that when I worked retail for a handful of months. Well, less than that, actually. But a lot of times when I was an intern, I would, because I ate lunch so fast, I would like clock out. I hit the clock out button for lunch. I would come back within like 10 minutes sometimes, because I always brought my lunch with me. So like I was like in a first floor kind of like tucked away room with like a handful of people. I made a tiny like break area essentially with like one table. And so I'd go there, eat my lunch. It wouldn't take me very long, and then I'd head back, and by the time I clocked back in, the software was smart enough to be like, hey, if you only clocked out for lunch for like less than, I think it was less than 15 minutes, that just counted as like a 15-minute break, and so you would still get paid for it, because we would have to clock out. You don't get paid for lunch. Like everywhere I've worked, you don't get paid for lunch. So if you go in, oh, I need to go back up here. Actually, I forgot about that again. If you go someplace for lunch, you don't get paid for that time. Same when I was an intern, you don't get paid for lunch. But if it was less than a certain amount of time, they would actually essentially pay for your lunch, pay for the time. So working's weird. Being an adult's weird. So all these systems, and I'm like, did I really ever want to know about this and have to do this? No. Do I like the work that I do? Yeah. Do I want to worry about all this other stuff? No. But it's also how you get paid. Like we have to sign timesheets every week actually. So if you don't sign your timesheet, you don't get paid. So, or at least you don't get paid on time. You might still get paid once they resolve it, but you may not get paid on time. Work, work, work. I feel like I've done a pretty good job though recently of being able to separate work from private life. Like, I'll still work some in the evenings. We'll see today after stream. I might actually do a little bit of work. But it can be a little difficult because my work setup is right next to the setup I'm using right now. So one of the things I've also started to do is I turn off my main monitor. I click the button to turn off the monitor so that I don't even really notice that there's anything on the screen. Keeps my mind off of it. Slabs now, huh? Actually, grab that. Hello, buddy. That's gonna bother me. There we go. Not that I'm ever gonna see it, but the orientation of the block. Ooh, orientation of the block did bother me a little bit, just a little bit. All right, my microphone needs to go way down here because I cannot see the screen. I do need to get a new monitor. I technically have a dual monitor arm that sits on my desk, and I want one that clamps. I think Emma actually has one that clamps. I think I said it this past weekend, but Emma might be getting a new desk. Her mom is retiring and had a custom built desk for her office space. Well, her mom's not quite retiring. She's technically going part-time, but she's basically retired. Just with benefits. She's working like 10 hours a week. So she was clearing out her office at work, and she had a custom built desk that Emma might be getting. We will see. I don't think she's quite decided yet. If she does, then I'm gonna get her standing desk. Potentially. Technically the desk that she would get is an L-shaped desk, but it's like a 2-part L-shaped desk, so like you could technically just take one of the sides of the desk and make it its own standing desk. I actually need slabs, I forgot about that. So she might just do that. I don't know. Slabs. So if she does get that one and she gets the entire L-shaped desk, it's likely I will get her standing desk, because what I'm at right now is a standing desk. I don't typically use the standing desk part. I would like to, but I haven't. But my work desk is not a standing desk, and it would be nice if my work desk was a standing desk. Right now it's just essentially a fold-out table. It's a prettier fold-out table, but a fold-out table nonetheless. It looks like a real table, just by the colors and the textures on it. The fake table, essentially. I got caught on something. There we go. That's looking better, right? The Enderman up there, oh my goodness. This is interesting up here. A lot of this area needs cleared out, but because this whole area in here, I haven't dealt with like any of this. What's up there? Okay. We have the netherrack here, which hasn't been a huge issue, so that's why I haven't dealt with it. But a lot of this area we've definitely worked on, and oh. And there's a bunch of blocks here. How about this way? What have we done over here? I think this area still needs maybe a little cleared out right here, but done a pretty good job here. I mean, this section needs dealt with, but overall not bad. And we still got a lot of space to go, but I think we're making good progress. And as we add more wither roses here, this farm will get more efficient, which will be good. You don't see any wither skeletons. Yeah, but if I were to just stand here for, let's say, like 30 seconds, we've done this the last couple of streams, just kind of stood here every once in a while for 30 seconds to a minute, and you'll start to see, well, hopefully start to see wither skeletons. There we go. See, that's why I said hopefully, because I didn't want to jinx myself. Let's do this. Still got the 4 skulls. So it'll get more efficient when we add more wither roses and there's more spawning space. And as we eventually completely spawn proof a lot of this. Done a lot in the ways of spawn proofing things, but there's also a lot more we could do. Right, like right here, all of these magma cubes falling is not a good thing. Want to be able to get rid of all of them. It's like there's a ton spawning up here, so we want to be able to get rid of those eventually. Let's do that. Alright. Probably do need a beacon here though. Oh yeah, yeah. Take the gas tier. Always take the gas tier. Never enough gas tiers. There we go. Okay, you. Do we have? Don't have another beacon. Put the extra tool away, I think. We haven't really spent much time in the overworld recently. I might go to the overworld and see if there's anything there that we want to do. One of the things I think I do want to do is kind of take inventory of where we're at in the overworld. See if there's any small projects that are going to need my attention soon. Oh, you know what? That reminds me, before we forget, where is it? Oh, give me that. I think it was last stream, I talked about, I have a book, put a screenshot on my Discord, but I have a book where I started writing down my goals, priorities, and whatnot for 2026. And with that, you can't see it, but I wrote down some stream trackers so I can keep track of my streams. So just the dates that I did things and whatnot. So I am going to hello baby. You're okay. Bailey's laying right beside my. Broke something off my pencil. Bailey's laying right beside my desk. She's been a good girl. She's been very good. All right, so 01. Today's the 21st. 2026. You've now streamed a total of 5 times in the new year in 21 days. It's pretty good. My goal for the year is 52. So we are 5 divided by 52. Whatever that gets us. Less than 10%, maybe 9%. Right, because 5 over 50 would be 1 over 10, which would be 10%. 5 over 52 would be a little less than that, so probably closer to somewhere between 9 and 10% of the way to our goal in a month, or less than a month, in 21 days. It's pretty cool. Every time I stream, my goal is to write down when I streamed in the book. So. Because again, like when I was trying to go through my goals at the beginning of the year, I realized that I had absolutely no idea how many times I streamed this year, or not this year, in 2025, so last year. Had no idea. I tried to go back, and based on what I was looking at in my VODs YouTube channel, where I upload all the Twitch VODs to, it looked like I streamed enough, so I counted it for myself. I did stream a lot. I went from streaming once a week to twice a week though, which helps. When you only stream once a week, it's very difficult to kind of get into a rhythm, so. I mean, I guess I could have gone back and looked in Discord, but it would have taken a while to count up all the streams for sure. It looked like it was more than the 52 though, so it's like, all right. I balled it. You know something that we haven't, I think about it. Did I go here? No. I was thinking about digging. I wonder if there's still a beacon over here. Of course it's raining. What was that? Oh, an Enderman probably came through the portal, huh? There is a beacon over here. Of a bed? Oh, here they come. Ow, ow. Okay, go away, go away. Let me sleep, let me sleep, let me sleep, let me sleep. Ah! So you all may not remember this. This was a few years ago now. But I started making this perimeter. Why did I put these here? It's just an awful place to put lanterns. Let's do this. Okay. What in the world was that? So I've got a whole bunch of shulker boxes over here I forgot about. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. That is very funny. Actually, I don't want this one here. But this is the witch farm perimeter that I started. This is the second perimeter. And I decided to go with the wither skeleton one first, because the witch farm is a lot less important. But I started tearing down this mountain. But this would definitely be fun to get back to at some point. Clear everything down to a certain point. I don't care about you. It's beautiful over here with the amplified terrain as well, which is nice. Cleared all the trees, but Clear out all the land. Because there's the witch hut right in the middle. Witch farm's not that difficult, I don't think, to make, but I don't know if I've ever made one. The ocean monument build is over here as well. Like we got pretty lucky with this with an ocean monument and a witch farm right there. Witch hut right there. Pretty much right next to each other. So do we have any eggs? And I don't think this train is loaded most of the time, so I would not expect us to have any eggs, or to have many eggs. Yeah, we don't have very many. It doesn't surprise me. We'd have to spend more time around here. Do love all my beacons though. That's why we work on the Wither Skeleton farm, is because I want more beacons. The more beacons, the merrier. So, we've got this area. Was there any projects here? So we had the witch farm project, is something that we could revisit from time to time. Would be nice to spruce this up a little bit, but that's not a huge priority. This is our, oh, zombie's still in there. This is our villager breeder. The zombie purification station, I think is what I called it. Take villagers, turn them into zombie villagers, get the lowest trades, that kind of thing. You know, I think this farm area, I don't think I ever finished this section right here, to be honest with you. And you're also, unless you are named, you are going to perish. You're gonna trample my crops otherwise. I'm trying to remember if we did ever actually finish this. I think parts of this we finished. This got trampled over here. Parts of it I think did. So our farming village, quarry, iron farm, that I need to fix. Let's do that now. Weirdly enough, part of me wants to go dig for the witch farm. I really like digging, don't I? Alright. Take some dirt with us. Take some stone. I mean, this castle's a big one though as well. Come here. I don't know what to do with this other half of the hilltop here. Very slow, fortunately. We want this to be that. Okay, that's good. So this is going to be a little more difficult right here, I can tell you that. Okay. Part because we have stone, like that. all this is gonna become stone. Do that as well. This needs to come down to here because I think the way to cover this up, we do that. Yep. What was that? Biggest thing right now is to cover all of that. Definitely protrudes. Unfortunately. Digging is great, yeah. It's soothing, I think, is a lot of it. Talked about before where Minecraft is more of my brain game. Well, digging makes it less of a brain game. So it's definitely not going to be good enough terraform that way. Do that, I think. Let's take care of that. This. Do that. Yep. Actually, that needs to go there, I think. It's a little better. Don't really want to do that. Actually, this can just be that, I think. That would suffice. Just too strategic. Well, this actually probably should be something like that. Let's do that maybe. It's a little better. It's too rigid at the bottom there though. A little better. I like doing that. It's a little better. Yeah, it's actually a lot better. As the grass grows in, you'll barely notice it. There we go. I think that's a little better. Yep, that's better. I noticed about sodium that I've really looked back at after my last stream. I don't think you can find the day count on here anymore for sodium. Unless there's something that I'm missing. Use air. None of these are right. F3, F6 local difficulty. F3. Debug options. What is this? Is this a sodium thing? Or is this a new Minecraft thing where they've improved the debug screen or taken a bunch of things off of it? Oh, that's the new vanilla. So now if I do this, it's now the overlay. Not on my screen. 3344. Okay. What other options are on here? FPS in the overlay. Good. Game version in the overlay. Why wouldn't I want the light level? Player position, sound mood, iris debug, iris, sodium debug full, sodium debug reduced. Interesting. Well, it's good to know that it's more customizable now. And they flop the sides of a lot of things, I think, too. Which is interesting. Client light 5. I wonder what always looks like. That's interesting. So that shows up always. That's cool. Can always put FPS on always too, so we always see the FPS. And you can't, I guess you can't really see it because of the day count, huh? You know what's interesting? Now that they've done this, what I could do instead of having that day counter is do that. And if I got rid of that, I could technically just do this from now on. I feel like that might be too much. I wish they just had like a date, like a built-in day counter you know? But I don't really like the long text, so I'll probably just keep my day counter. So I'll do an overlay, and I will do day count. I like my day counter better, personally. But it's good to know that there's different options there. And the new upcoming update, the day counter will be on its own line. Perfect. So if that happens, there's a potential I might just switch over to the vanilla game. Then I don't have to run my own script, which would be nice. That might actually be like the most exciting thing of a new update for me. Of whatever the next update is. If it stays that way. They say there's a new snapshots. Gotcha. Yeah, you never know with snapshots. You know, maybe it'll stay, maybe it won't. Just for people to test things. So. Where'd I put it? Concrete, sandy, redstone, item frames. Could be down here, right? Concrete powder. It's gonna be here? Nope. Here? Yes. Leather, 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 leather. There we go. We're almost at 3350 days, which is nice. If we keep at that pace, right? I think we've gotten about almost 50 days this month. No, 40 days? We've got 35. So it'll be either 40 after today or it'll be 40 after this weekend. If we can maintain like 50 days played a month for 10 months, that gets our 500 days. Which is beautiful. That's what I want. Okay. We go this way. I'm gonna take the lanterns back. Do this. And what I might actually do, I want to take down these trees and kind of see what we're working with this witch farm area. I think that would be good. Because so the witch farm is one of the things that I want to do this year. Mostly because I could, is this gunpowder? I think there's gunpowder from these witch farms. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do that. I'm going to chop down these trees. We could use the wood, 1. But 2, it'll give me a better idea of what we have to work with in this swamp. So just inside the perimeter, I formed the perimeter boundary a while ago. I like how big it is. I think we need to go this way. We'll chop down these trees. And we'll see. There. a zombie around here somewhere. Oh, I bet down in here. No? Alright. Let the leaves naturally despawn. Work on the rest of this. There we go. So there's a few things. If I open up my book, actually, there's a few things, since we're talking about the witch farm, that I put down to do this year. And we're in a swamp. Not this is necessarily one-to-one related, but I was thinking about frogs. A frog light farm is something that I want to make this year, mostly because it is a light source that I really like and I don't have. So it would be nice to have access to those blocks. But beyond that, in a similar light, I think we're long overdue for something like a slime farm. So those are a few things that I plan on making this year alongside that. We're talking about trees a little bit, a tree farm. Like, all these things are really basic, right? But they're things that I haven't done in this world, so I want to set aside time this year to do them. So let's see. Moss Farm as well, I think is the last one. Moss Farm and Squid Farm are on here. Squid Farm has been on my list for a long, long time, but I just never cared enough, I guess. The ink is what I want a Squid Farm for. Here we go. Take down some of these trees. Thank you. This actually might make the witch farm more efficient just by cutting down some of these, but go. Chop down this tree. Yeah, the trees over here. Nope. You know, eventually I'm gonna need this wood anyways. Don't need it right now for anything, but I'm sure eventually I'll need it for something. Do. Actually, update my title a little bit to more accurately reflect what we're doing. Go. Swim over to this one. Skip over to here. right. You know what? I've used this for vine farming before. Now I think about it. I think when I needed some vines early on, I just got some from the swamp. Because I was trying to think, like, I thought I had already, like, cut down trees, but it wasn't I cut down trees, it was that I was using them for the vines. All kinds of chickens over here, too. I was thinking about while I was throwing the egg, like, should I really be throwing this or should I be saving it? But I threw it, it's fine. All kinds of chickens over here. Can't believe all of this is still within the perimeter. It's wild. All right. Fly over here and go to sleep. No. How many trees? Take down this tree. There we go. Let's take down some of these trees. Oh, more trees. Oh. Saw a Twitch notification on my phone. I'm like, what is this? And it's just a partner Discord. I saw the Twitch logo. I'm like, what do they do? No, it's just a partner Discord. It's fine. And it goes all the way out there. That's wild. That tree's gone. That tree's gone. I think I underestimated how many trees are in this inside this perimeter. I figured I would have been done by now. Maybe, you know, part of it's that they're just so spread apart too, huh? That's definitely part of it. Oh, that's Bailey's alarm. Take some of the sugarcane, thank you. tree down. There's a lot more sugarcane here than I thought there would be as well. Still pretty big area, I guess. Summary of today is there's a lot more here than I thought there would be. About sums it up. Alright. I think that's it there. There's one tree here. I don't need any of the saplings. I have too many oak saplings as it is. I don't need any more. So if I run across them, sure, but I'm going towards taking down these trees, not the saplings. Or even the apples for that matter. Okay. There's a zombie somewhere around here. I think trapped underground. I think we're approaching. Yeah, there it is. Here's the border. Should make this completely out of stone brick at some point. Go. That right there is just outside the border. The throwback song is always on this playlist. What song is this? To the Stars by Bracken, that's right. Old Bracken song. A nostalgia trip. Here we go. Interesting. I thought that was... Oh, that was just the vines breaking. Okay. Almost sounded like a zombie for a minute. Probably just my hearing, but... That's what it sounded like for a second. Redstone, glowstone. I believe you get gunpowder as well. Empty bottles, spider eyes, sticks. It gives you a lot of different things. Anything that a witch might drop. Potions, you know. It's actually a good question as to what a witch drops. I know they drop redstone, glowstone, gunpowder. A lot of potion ingredients. Let's see. Which drops 5 experience orbs, blah, 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 blah. Which may drop a stick, glass bottle, glowstone dust, redstone dust, spider egg, gunpowder, or sugar. Maybe not a potion. Maybe a potion. But sugar is another one. So it's in, like, I have a regular mob farm for some of like regular mobs like spiders and zombies and whatnot, so I get rotten flesh and bones and whatnot. But having a witch farm, and with it, like, I get creepers, which gives gunpowder. I don't have a gunpowder specific farm, so a witch farm would also give me additional gunpowder. And it's something that can be automated a lot easier. Or not necessarily a lot easier, but it's worth automating. Because creeper farming glows and being able to be bought from villagers, it's mainly maybe bottles of redstone that's nicer. Yeah, the gunpowder is nice if you don't have a creeper farm. So I've considered getting a creeper farm. I do wonder if that would be too much gunpowder. One of the balances with this world is what farms do I... How good of a farm do I need to make? One, but two, what farms do I want to make? Because a super efficient gunpowder farm is nice if I want TNT, but I would just have a whole bunch of extra resources. I still have to get the sand. Duping or otherwise, and I don't typically dupe. Well, typically I don't dupe in this world. So like a creeper farm to me has always seemed like overkill for a solo world like this. It's fun to be able to say, hey, I made a creeper farm, but it's typically not something that I really need. Who knows? I mean, I may eventually make a creeper farm even just for the sake of it, but certainly haven't been planning on it. When there's all kinds of other farms that, like, I don't go through a lot of rockets, so there's all kinds of other farms that are more useful. This is much better. I feel like I can actually see what's going on here now. This is good. Look at all that oak wood as well. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, put some of you in here. Yeah, okay. So the witch farm is typically like witches spawn inside of witch huts at certain light levels. Typically witch farms are here. I should probably move this nether portal at some point. But looking good. Gotta love it. Let's spend a little bit of time mining here. Not a ton, just a little bit. Since we're here. I haven't done any overworld mining in quite some time. Yeah, I believe there, well, I know there are witch farms where you don't have to spawn proof everything. That can be pretty efficient. Like, people have made farm designs that way. If you want the most efficient farm though, you're gonna have to spawn proof everything. So I typically take these as kind of an opportunity to do a big project as well. But yeah, in terms of the overall design, typically the farm's in the middle, and then you can do some level spawn proofing around it. So oh yeah, it's for sure nice to have. And the thing I talked about with Worlds is I think it's really useful for people to have multiple projects going on. Mostly because if you want to focus on one project for a long time, that's fine, and you're more likely to get that project done. But most people's attention spans aren't going to let them finish a project in one go, you know? So I'd much rather have multiple projects going on and eventually get to a point where I finish them, or yeah, maybe I focus 90% of my time on one project, and then when I get bored, there's a spider around here somewhere. When I get bored with something, I can just go to that other project and take a little bit of a break, which is what I'm doing right now. You know, the main project we have going on is the Wither Skeleton Farm Perimeter. But I got a little bored. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, you know what? Today's probably not the day for me to work on this any further. Let's go do something else. So I think that's why people also go through so many worlds. You know, it's very easy for people to not stick to a single player world, and if you force yourself to work on one project forever, yeah, and you're not someone who can do that. There are people who can do that, but I don't believe that the majority of us can do that. I certainly can't. I've never been able to just focus on one project at a time. I've been working on the Wither Skeleton Perimeter for the last 4 or 5 months, sure, but eventually I'm gonna get bored, you know? Even then, even over the last 4 or 5 months, it's not like the only thing I've done is just that one project. I have done a couple other things during that time. So that's where it's nice having all these various projects to be able to work on. It's at various stages of done, but keeps your brain occupied. I'll sometimes do this at work as well. Well, I'll have like one main project, one thing that I need to work on, but then I'll have like a couple of side things that I'll work on. And eventually, like, I do it at a much smaller scale at work, right? Because it's more like a task that takes like a day to do, you know? But sometimes I can focus on that one thing and get it done. Oftentimes, I need to have like 3 things going on. Where one's getting like 80% of my time and the other 2 are getting like 20% of my time. And by doing that, I'm able to keep my mind fresh. And I feel like I'm not necessarily burning out, but getting to a point where I think I need to move on to something else. I can move on to something else for a little bit and then think about a different problem. And then come back to this problem, you know? Whatever my original problem was. So. It's good tips for a Minecraft world, but also just good tips, I think, in general. You do have to have enough focus to eventually finish a project. Like if you just had 50 different projects all going on at once, you would never finish something. But you have 3 different projects going on at once, and you spend your time on those 3 projects, you will eventually finish something. It's kind of how I feel, you know, as I kind of talk about it, it's kind of how I feel about video games to some degree. You don't want to have like 5 different video games or 10 different video games that you can always balance between. You want to have, maybe you want to have 5, maybe you want to have a handful, but focus your attention on a handful of things. Have the ability to kind of balance between them based on what your mood is and based upon how tired you are that day or whatever it is. It'll keep you from getting bored. That's why I have Rocket League, right? Rocket League, between Minecraft and Rocket League are my 2 games. Minecraft is much more professional like in terms of like my approach to it, both from a content perspective as well as just how I approach it. Like I'm a lot more organized because Minecraft demands that you have some kind of project lined up. something to do. Really, you kind of have to think about things to do. Rocket League, there's nothing to think about. Go play game. You know, you might up your skills a little bit, right? But you're not trying to think about what is the next project that I'm gonna do. It's get in game, play game. Pretty much. I think that's probably enough. Probably enough footage. Today is 21st. You know, I just bumped my Go XLR and it didn't do anything. So I forgot to mention that. But I may have solved my Go XLR problem. We will see. So some of you guys know this, but for a few years now, I've had an issue with my Go XLR. If I bump it, it will just, or if just randomly my Go XLR will just stop working. It'll reset itself. I wasn't quite sure what the problem was, and to be honest, I'm still not quite sure what the problem exactly is. But I did order a new power cable. It's just a printer power cable. Like, it's not anything special, thankfully. And I've had that cable for maybe a week. I'm trying to think. I think I installed it before the last stream. So I've had it for maybe, I mean, not even a week. But so far, so good. I haven't had any issues yet, which is a good sign. What is that? Why is there an island in the sky? Way up here. The village right there too. Did I destroy that village? Or is it just not rendering in? Alright, let me get rid of this. Within the perimeter, I do not want it. It's causing mob issues. Or could eventually cause mob issues. So, anyways, what I was saying about my Go XLR is that I believe so far, I've only played a little bit, but so far, seems like it's solved my issues just by getting a new cable. So it stays that way. It'll be a pretty easy. I mean, this was like a $8 cable off of Amazon, so that's all it is. That'll be a pretty cheap fix. Because I was thinking, like, do I need to get a new uh-oh. Did I just go outside of the... Yeah, I just went outside the range. I was thinking, like, oh, do I need to get a new, like, a whole new Go XLR Mini? Do I need to, like, is there anything special I need to do? Do I need to go find a new mixer? I would rather not go find a new mixer, to be honest with you. So, seeing as this cable has worked, I feel pretty good about that. I'm going to keep my elytra on in the event that I am to fall off of this island. There are no mobs that can get me from here while it's daylight, so. Interesting. Get rid of all that snow, thank you. There we go. Refreshed. Right, those are gone. Trying to fill up our inventory. I'm glad I'm getting cobblestone out of this. It was very intentional to use this other pickaxe and not my silk touch pickaxe, because I really do not think that I need more stone. Got plenty of that. I could use more cobblestone though. Could always use more cobblestone because it's not something that I mine a lot for. We mined that, depending on where that border goes as well. We might be getting a lot of sand. Another thing I'm also checking on. So far, so good with the internet as well. Fingers crossed it stays that way. But after all the internet issues we had around the new year, so far it seems like we've been doing better. Some of it is there's less people on the internet, I'm sure. Yeah, we are gonna go through here. There's cactus flower. We are gonna be going through here. Okay. Easy peasy. Oh, out of range. Back in range. What I should do, I should move that beacon further inland, so we don't have to worry about it. It's right on the border there. I mean, now that we've cleared out a lot of space, that would make sense. Move it a little further in. Okay. Going to fly down here. I'm not gonna fly right into the water because I don't want to land on a lily pad accidentally. Yeah, okay. Let's move this thing. What's the range on a full beacon? Is it 50 blocks? Is that what it is? I believe it's 50 blocks. 50, yes, okay. So what we really should be looking for is to move this. So where are we at here? Negative 95, so we got a negative 45. Might be where we're at. No. We can go a little further that way. So we want to go to negative 45. Say negative 45 minus 50 is 660, no, 654. 654, negative 45. That's easy enough. Or at least as far over as we can go. I don't really want to go into the mountain until we've dealt with all of this. We should move my bed to the beacon as well. And the shulker boxes probably too. I could also just dig an area to put the beacon beam, which would be fine. As long as it's open to the world. Forgot that I didn't have my chest plate on. Two stacks and 36. Okay, so negative 45 is going to be here. 664. So right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna go up to here, something like that. Looks about right. I was gonna put the bed on the beacon, but if this is actually going underground, we don't need to. Go. I think that's good. Okay. Let's go to sleep. So I don't have to worry about the nighttime. Every step you take. Yep, I am going to finish with this beacon placement first. This 4, 2, 4. This goes over here, I think. Do this. Yes, thank you, Breezy. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I may or may not be going to the grocery store after this. It's also part of it. We don't want to wait too long, of course, because of can't go too late because of the snowstorm. Otherwise, won't be any food on the shelves. So, and the funny part, someone said today was like, make sure you get to the store so that everyone doesn't get all the toilet paper. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, beacon. Ooh. And this gives me haste 2. Just to be sure. If I stand on the back half of this, or not that. Yep, I'm getting haste 2. Okay. I'll fly down because I don't want to log off up there. But folks, that is going to wrap it up for today. It's been a couple hours. We spent the first hour or so doing the nether perimeter, and the second hour or so working on the witch farm perimeter. 2 perimeters in 1 day. At least progress on 2 of them in 1 day. So it's been a good stream. I appreciate y'all being here. I will be back Sunday for some kind of stream. We will see what that ends up being, mostly just because it's supposed to snow this weekend. So if it is snowing in your area or it's gonna get cold, stay safe. Make sure you have a snow shovel. if you need to shovel anything out. Look after others around you if you can. If you know anyone that's could be negatively affected by it, keep an eye out for them. So yeah, thanks for being here, Breezy, propaganda artist as well. Appreciate y'all chatting with me. Appreciate everyone out there for hanging out, and I will see you all sometime on Sunday. My Discord as well. Most of you guys are there. If you want to stay notified whenever I go live, Discord's a place to be, place to chat, place to hang out. So that's probably the one place to be, if not here. So here in YouTube, I guess. So all right, folks, have a good night, have a good day. I will see you all on Sunday. Take care. Bye bye.